I've been thankful to spend all my life's Thanksgivings with a good handful of family, and in the end, our numbers have only gotten bigger, and the occasions we're all together that much more delightful. A growing family is a fantastic reason to have large spreads of food, and that's exactly how we do it. But no matter how big your numbers, there should always be room for dessert. And as Thanksgiving is a great day to splurge, thus the treats come out. The holidays do call for big showings of holiday pies, and luckily, Thanksgiving has many to show. My personal favorite, a chocolate pecan pie made with sugar, corn syrup, eggs, some good vanilla, a dash of warm cinnamon, some really good little bits of butter, and mix it all together with fantastic amounts of chocolate and delicious pecans, all together in the oven, bake. Thank you very much. But thus another favorable fresh pie can bring something a little new to your table, and this pie just might be it. Wash up about 3½ cups of fresh grapes and get ready to slice.
I'm gonna get about 4 cups of sliced grapes. I like to do it a little smaller, give it a little more room. I'm gonna douse this with a little bit of good white wine. Using some good wine from the Ribibero family vineyards. Cabernet also works out if you want a deeper flavor, but we're gonna do it this way first. Lemon zest to cut through all that sweetness. About a teaspoon or so. We're gonna add a little orange zest as well. A little push on the flavor. Grape flavor's fantastic, but you do want to give it a little bit of an aromatic push, and zest is the greatest way to do it.
Squeeze in the juices of half your orange and half your lemon.
Itty bitty tablespoon of honey. That's all it needs to already add to that floral sweetness that it has. If you have any around, some pear brandy or pear liqueur works out. I'm gonna add just a little cornstarch, a little toss to everything together. Get all those flavors. Whoops. Some good saran wrap.
Place your macerated grapes in the fridge overnight or for at least 6 hours. When time's up, preheat your oven to 375 degrees and scoop your grapes into a prepared pie shell with a slotted spoon to reserve the liquids in the bowl. Before baking your pie, you can add a little egg wash on the pie crust, seasoned with a little bit of cinnamon. Then place your pie in the oven to bake for the next 30 minutes. Take your remaining liquid in the bowl, put it into a small saucepan, and then whisk it over a medium-high heat until it reduces. When 30 minutes are up, take out your pie from the oven, set it someplace safe, and then after about 2 minutes, pour your reduced liquid over the grapes. Then place your pie back into the oven to bake for another 30 minutes. Dessert pies are fantastic, but dessert drinks are even better. And here are some that are going to be pretty festive for your party.
Chamomile, put it in for a chamomile lime spritzer. We've got our water. Add our sweetness to it, which is some agave nectar.
The key to the flavor in this one? Fresh lime juice.
Fresh squeezed lime.
Mix well all together and then add some seltzer.
Oh yeah, that's refreshing.
One fantastic alternative to a fresh drink is stripping it from fresh fruit. With a little chopped fruit and vodka or wine sitting together for weeks and months in your cupboard, it's a saturated, reserved flavor that creates some great blends. Homemade peach schnapps from summer peaches help create a fresh take on a good peach sparkler with sparkling cider, all mixed together to make a refreshing drink. Or you could try homemade plum wine, mixed with a bit of agave nectar and orange seltzer with a dash of fresh lime juice. It makes for a sweet refreshment to accompany any festive time. But if you prefer for your fruit to be not baked in pastry or not in your cocktail glass, there's another great treat you can have. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees and then get ready to slice up about 7 plums. Place your plums cut side down onto a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet. Make sure that all of them have enough space to roast. Once the plums are ready and your oven preheated, place them into the oven to cook for about 40 minutes. Once time's up, open the oven and take out the plums and set them aside to cool for about 20 minutes. Once the plums are cooled, proceed to take out the pits. You can use a spoon or your hands for this one. Once you've removed all the pits, it's time to move them over to the food processor. Tuck the plums well into the processor, then add a bit of agave nectar, however sweet you'd like it, add a little lemon juice, and then proceed to puree your fruit. Transfer your plum puree into a bowl, cover it with some plastic wrap, and place it to chill in the refrigerator for about 2 hours.
Now they're all cooled off, so now we're going to take them out. Nice and chilled. We're ready to put this and make popsicles. We'll get them tomorrow. But if you can't wait till tomorrow, maybe 4 hours is a good time. It's gonna be good stuff.
When your popsicles are solid and ready, fill a container with water and place the popsicle mold inside to help them loosen up. A frozen treat and the joy of holiday baked goods. All that's left to do is put them together for one last Thanksgiving dessert. In a boiling pot over medium heat, put in 1/4 cup of corn syrup and 1/4 cup of sugar. Mix them thoroughly well together and then add in 2 cups of whole milk and 1 cup of heavy cream, stirring until it comes to a boil.
It's like a big old glass of milk.
Put it in the fridge to cool for about 2 hours and get ready to make crust. In a food processor, add 3 cups of cornflakes and 6 cookies or whatever sweet scraps of your choice. To that, add 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 heaping tablespoon of good honey.
We're going to pulse it together first.
After pulsing the ingredients together, add in 6 tablespoons of melted butter while the processor goes on a continuous pulse. Using an ice cream scoop, carefully distribute the crust mixture into individual cups of a muffin tin. Carefully press them into small crust forms, piercing the bottoms a few times with a fork before putting them into the oven to bake at 350 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes.
One way to coax them all out. Voila!
While your crusts cool down, it's then soon time to make your ice cream filling.
Take out our chilled mix. That looks good. We're ready to make this into ice cream. Right. I keep this puppy in the freezer at all times so it maintains all its chill.
Assemble your ice cream machine and then proceed to pour your cream mixture through the opening at the top while you turn on the machine to begin churning. Let it continue churning the ice cream until it's reached a rich, solid consistency.
Use a little saran wrap, try to tuck it in there so it'll be easier to take out. Oh, jeez. That's how thick it is, and that's how you want it. And we're just gonna nestle it in there so it's nice and comfy, spoonful by spoonful. Cover them in a little saran wrap. Wrapping it around really well because if you don't, you're going to taste a lot of freezer. We want to taste the ice cream. Into the freezer. Let all that ice cream soak up from the crust. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Achieving the best of both a pie and a frozen treat, I promise you, this will be the dessert everyone is going to want.
Then there's a few. That's good.
Whether celebrating with family, friends, or however you will be, I hope it's nothing short of a warm, loving feast for your soul. And with that, happy Thanksgiving from me, with many, many thanks.